My name's Randall Cooper and I'm a sports physiotherapist in Melbourne. I've been practicing for nearly 25 years and I've been lucky enough to work with a number of sports including skiing, snowboarding, football, swimming and baseball, and I've developed a special interest in rehabilitation after ACL and knee injuries. It's a great job. I think mindset is probably the number one indicator of how people will go. Clearly when people have got a bad injury, nature needs to do its thing and the body needs to repair and recover from a serious injury. But most of the time, I think with the 25 years experience as a physio, I can pick the people who are going to do well with their rehabilitation and injury from the way that they tackle their injury mentally to start with, their mindset that they believe that they can get better, and an attitude that setbacks are okay, they just keep forging along. Mindset's paramount. The first and most important thing is to get an accurate diagnosis of what the injury has been in the first place. That way people will be really armed with knowing how long to expect to recover from that initial injury, and also what the long-term ramifications are of the injury as well. As far as the acute management of it, I still feel that icing and compression is worth doing. Icing can really help with pain relief and compression can really help to push out fluids and also give a sense of stability and well-being around that injured tissue or injured joint as well. I think probably one of the most important things though is, and we've learnt this a lot in research in sports medicine over the last 10, 15, even 20 years, is actually getting moving on that injured area is very important. We've really tried to wrap things up in cotton wool, probably a little bit too much as a profession in recent times. But lately we're finding that if you get moving in a sensible way, start to regain some range of motion, strength and confidence in that area as well, the tissue responds quite well most of the time. Managing chronic injuries is difficult. People have experienced pain in an area for a long time and that pain can become sensitised to the body and it's hard for people to move on. I think that the most important things in managing chronic injuries is to keep active and to keep moving, and particularly to strengthen up around that area. One of the cliches we use often with people with chronic injuries is to move normally again. We find that people who, let's say, use back pain as an example, who've had back pain for a long period of time, will brace their back, will not want to move, will not want to flex. But we know that that can create additional tension and stress on the area over a long time, and we try and encourage people to move naturally and normally through that area again. So strength, movement, and also one of the most important things also is an attitude that this will get better. Mindset plays a part with this as well. Injuries are still quite difficult to manage. We don't get them right all the time. But technology and research has definitely played a part in the way we're advancing the management of injuries forward. If you think about the initial injury itself, the way that we scan, interpret, the sensitivity of our clinical tests as well has got a lot better with evidence-based practice. And then as far as the way that we have improved the injury management and also the rehabilitation of injuries, we've got a much better understanding of the role of exercise, the role of manual therapy, and also the role of certain technologies in the recovery from injury as well. Probably the most fundamental change is emerging is the importance of exercise in rehabilitation and regaining full strength after an injury. Although we like to look at the latest gadget and things that cost thousands of dollars, and they can play a part, particularly for the elite athletes, the fundamental building block is always regaining strength and normal movement back into an injured area. Most people do well with that. Being a sports physio, one of the great things I had in my job was the ability to work with high-level athletes at important times. And what I found with my business Premax was that the skincare products, the massage creams and the warm-up creams and anything that you rub on an athlete's skin didn't make them feel great. They were good for a medium for therapy, but often those creams and products left the patients and the athletes feeling greasy, and they didn't feel like they performed at their best because of grease on their skin. So Premax really was a solution to a need where these products that we used on athletes to help them improve their performance were also skin friendly, and also a really good texture and balance for the therapists using them as well. It's nice being a physio to have a brand that can actually help people perform better in what they do as well.